and I just believe in my abilities. Canelo's not a big guy.
Right.
He's 5'8".
Right, fought at 52 when he fought Pacquiao.
He's
or when he fought Floyd, rather.
He's big, like muscular wise, but far as like height,
right?
Nah. So yeah, that wouldn't be nothing that.
Well, without counting obviously fights that I'm involved, I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo, because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size.
The footage is real, the shots are vicious, and the message is clear. Terence "Bud" Crawford is coming for Canelo Alvarez's body. A newly leaked video from training camp shows Crawford ripping brutal body shots that echo like thunder, each one targeting the key to unraveling a powerhouse like Canelo. But as the noise around the fight grows louder, the debate sharpens. Can Crawford really beat Canelo despite the size difference? Today, we dive into the 10 most telling quotes surrounding the super fight, breaking down why being bigger doesn't always mean being stronger, and why Crawford might have the perfect mix of skill, speed, and strategy to shake the world. Welcome to Box Eye Up, where the gloves are off and the truth gets told. Stick around to the end for our final breakdown, and make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more fireboxing content. In the leaked footage, Crawford is seen sparring hard in the gym, delivering body shots with venom. His trainer is pushing him, but Bud is smiling, joking even, claiming he can hit harder. And it's not just talk, the body shots are snapping, not just thudding. The clip shows how committed Crawford is to breaking down Canelo from the inside out, exactly the area where Canelo has often found success himself. But now the hunter might become the hunted. Crawford's power isn't always appreciated, but in this video, it's clear he hits with intent, speed, and accuracy, especially to the body. These aren't just training routines, this is targeted punishment, a body attack strategy in motion. If he can bring that same rhythm into the ring on fight night, he'll be testing Canelo in places where even the Mexican icon has looked vulnerable in recent fights.
And I just believe in my abilities. Canelo's not a big guy.
Right.
He's 5'8".
Right, fought at 52 when he fought Pacquiao.
He's
or when he fought Floyd, rather.
He's big, like muscular wise, but far as like height,
right?
Nah. So yeah, that wouldn't be nothing that.
On Joe Rogan's podcast, Crawford addressed the elephant in the room, Canelo's size. But instead of backing down, he brushed it off. Crawford sees past the muscles and into the reality of leverage, timing, and efficiency. He doesn't view Canelo as some towering figure. He's 5'8", compact, built for power, yes, but not unreachable. Bud makes it clear. He's fought taller, stronger men, and being big on paper doesn't mean you're unbreakable. The casual fans get fixated on the muscle, but Crawford is a technician. His belief in his own frame, strong, agile, durable, is key. He's already calculated that Canelo won't be able to simply bulldoze him, and that's critical because once Crawford neutralizes the perceived advantage, he flips the narrative. It's not about size, it's about who lands first, smarter, cleaner.
Terence Crawford, Canelo, that's the biggest fight in boxing, hands down. No other fighters could compare to that.
Crawford doesn't mince words when he says this is the biggest fight in boxing, and it's hard to argue. Two champions, two different divisions, two different styles, but one mega storyline. Crawford knows what's at stake, and he's not afraid to raise the bar. By positioning this bout as the pinnacle, he's doing more than promoting, he's psyching himself into war mode. For Bud, this isn't just a career-defining moment, it's a shot at immortality, and it shows in the way he's training. There's a laser focus in everything he's doing, not just to win, but to prove. Canelo has danced on boxing's biggest stages for years. Crawford wants to crash the party and leave with the crown. He believes no other matchup can deliver this kind of clash, and the stakes? Legacy. Nothing less.
It came natural and easy for me when the fight came. Like I said, only thing they kept saying how he's going to beat me is because he's bigger and he's stronger. That was it.
One of the most recurring themes Crawford hears, Canelo will beat him because he's bigger and stronger. Crawford scoffs at it, and rightly so. It's an age-old narrative that size equals superiority. But Bud's been breaking down bigger men his entire career. He reminds everyone, bigger doesn't mean better. And more importantly, bigger doesn't mean stronger. What's interesting here is the psychological battle. People constantly repeating that Canelo has the edge purely on size fuels Crawford. It gives him that chip on his shoulder, that prove-him wrong fire, and he plans to do just that. With timing, counterpunching, and footwork, he intends to show that a smaller, smarter fighter can disrupt and defeat a larger, more stationary one. It's not arrogance, it's conviction. And that's often the deadliest weapon in the ring.
You look stronger.
Of course. And I was just like, how do you know he's stronger than me?
Right.
He might be bigger than me, but big don't mean stronger.
Crawford goes deeper. How do you even know Canelo is stronger? That's where this fight becomes chess, not checkers. Crawford is challenging the lazy assumption that mass equals might, and he's right. Canelo may look more solid, but strength is about more than appearance. It's how you use your body, torque, timing, balance. Crawford's strength lies in his explosiveness and endurance, the kind of strength that wears you down over rounds. If Bud can withstand the early pressure and start finding his rhythm, that so-called strength advantage could evaporate quickly. Crawford's question exposes how many fans and analysts still judge fights like bodybuilders, not boxers. And when you add Crawford's durability and grit to his natural power, you realize this fight isn't about who lifts more, it's about who lands better.
Well, without counting obviously fights that I'm involved, I would probably say Crawford versus Canelo, because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia adds serious weight to the conversation. He admits that most don't give Crawford a chance because of size. But then he drops the truth bomb. Crawford has skills, and that changes everything. Coming from a trainer who's worked with some of the sport's top talents, that means a lot. Garcia sees what most overlook: Crawford's ability to control tempo, outthink his opponent, and turn the tide with one combination. He's not just slick, he's dangerous in ways casual fans don't appreciate. And when Garcia gives him a real shot, it's not sentiment, it's insight. He knows boxing at its core isn't about inches and pounds, it's about timing, control, and intelligence. Garcia is betting on craft, not size. And Crawford has all the craft in the world.
He's got skills, he's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
Garcia doubles down. He's giving Crawford a shot because of one word: footwork. Add to that speed and unpredictability, and suddenly this small guy isn't so easy to handle. Crawford isn't the type to stand in front and trade. He'll jab, slip, circle, then strike from a blind angle. That's the kind of movement that gives power punchers nightmares. Garcia knows that if Crawford starts fast and smart, the pressure will be on Canelo to adapt, and that's when cracks can form. Crawford's not coming in to brawl. He's coming in to outmaneuver, then capitalize. And Garcia sees the game plan working. Not easily, not without damage, but working. And that alone makes this fight truly 50/50 in his eyes.
Canelo's last few fights, you know, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman.
Garcia points out something sharp. Canelo's last few fights lacked hunger. He did just enough to win. And while that's fine against lesser opponents, that won't work against someone like Crawford, who's training like his life depends on it. Canelo has become a businessman, smart, safe, strategic. But against Bud, that won't be enough. He'll need to dig into that old Canelo, the one who took risks, pressed forward, and punished people. Crawford is going to force Canelo to care again, to fight with fire again. Garcia believes that could be good or bad for Canelo, depending on whether he can still access that switch, because Crawford's coming with everything. And the comfortable version of Canelo, he won't survive that pressure.
Starts, with his speed and footwork and landing 2-3 punches at a time, which I think he will. I think that's going to bring the best out of Canelo too, to go out there and show the world that this small guy is not going to compete with me at this division.
Garcia lays out a crucial path. Start with speed and footwork, land clean shots early, force Canelo to chase. That alone can change the fight. Bud is a master at luring opponents in, baiting them into mistakes, then punishing them for it. Garcia believes that if Bud gets in rhythm, it'll pull the best out of Canelo, because he'll have to respond. That makes for a violent chess match. Crawford is too smart to stand and trade early. He'll hit, pivot, disappear, then do it again. And if he builds momentum, he could drown Canelo in speed and angles before the Mexican icon can find his power range. Garcia's point is clear. Crawford's rhythm and movement could make this fight very uncomfortable for Canelo very quickly.
Yeah, well, I would say Crawford wins the fight based off of the skill set. That's the first and foremost. I think the biggest worry for me when it comes to that is just the size difference.
Daniel Jacobs puts the cherry on top. He gives Crawford the edge based solely on skill set. That speaks volumes, coming from a former world champ who understands what it takes at the top level. Jacobs echoes the core truth of this matchup. The size difference is the biggest threat, but not an automatic L. Crawford's footwork, counter-punching, stamina, and discipline are all weapons. And Jacobs knows that at the elite level, skills win fights more than size does. His belief in Bud reinforces what this entire leaked video proves. Crawford is prepping like a technician, not a tank. He's building a strategy that makes size irrelevant, and that's what gives him the edge. From brutal body shots to belief beyond size, this leaked video makes one thing clear: Terence Crawford is ready for war. The power, the speed, the timing, it's all coming together. But beating Canelo won't be easy. It never is. Still, Crawford might just be the one guy with the tools to flip the script. After all, being big doesn't mean being better, and the skills Bud is sharpening are deadly enough to shift boxing history. What do you think? Does Crawford really have the edge, or will size prevail? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you never miss an exclusive breakdown on Box Eye Hub, your home for real boxing talk.